Hello, everybody. Hi. Welcome. It's Amethyst Moonflower. Yes, I'm so excited to be here today, and I got so much to do and not a whole lot of time, so I'm going to try and get as much as I can done today. But I would first like to start off and say thank you for everybody who's subscribed and commented, liked, and everything for my video and my channels. I really, really appreciate it. So, if this is stuff that you like, hit the subscribe button if you're new. If you're returning, then hi, thanks for coming back. I really appreciate you guys. And second, yes, I know it's been about a month and a half or almost 2 months since I made a video, and I'm really sorry about that. Life is crazy. There's so much going on. But one of the things that I wanted to talk about before I get started on what I have in my bullet journal is I wanted to share with you some gifts that I got from my best friend. So, my best friend, she's pregnant with her fifth child, and so we're doing a baby shower for her. She didn't have a baby shower for all of her kids. This is going to be her last kid. That's what she says. So she wants to have a really nice baby shower, and so I'm helping her out by making all the centerpieces and things for that. And while we were out picking out all the florals and everything that we're going to need for me to make those centerpieces, she ended up sneaking. Well, I knew about one, but she snuck both in. And so this right here, this is my bullet journal that I've been working in. And if you know anything about bullet journals, you usually they're only good for about 6 months if you're putting a lot more into it than just, your basic spreads. So they might last a little longer than 6 months, but they're average around 6 months. And since I'm already, you can see I'm about already half through, and it's only March. So I wouldn't be surprised if by June this will be completely filled up or almost filled up, and I would be ready for a new bullet journal. And I was planning on doing a bullet journal, but then of course my best friend spoiled the crap out of me yesterday, and I couldn't believe it. And so when this bullet journal is full all the way up to June, I am not going to be bullet journaling anymore because she bought me the 2 new happy planners. Let me move these out of the way. These are the what are they called? The Stargazer bullet journals, or not bullet journals, sorry. They're the happy planners, and I love them. First of all, the color palette, the design, everything about these I love. And like I said, she told me I could pick one out and she would buy it for me. And so I picked out originally, even though it was a hard choice, I went with the big one. And she said that she was going to get the small one for herself. And I was like, okay. Well, she ended up buying both of them and then ended up just giving me both of them, which, oh my gosh, it's the best present anybody's given me in a very long time, and I'm so happy. And look at my pencil case, or my pen case matches this color scheme perfectly. And I also got the sticker book that goes with the Stargazer collection, and I'll just give you a quick little flip through of what it kind of looks like inside. Beautiful stickers. Everything I could have wanted. I mean, crystals, stars, positive quotes. Beautiful. And all my favorite colors. It's totally my style. Everything, I love it. And this one has 567 stickers in it. And I also have the Zodiac sticker planner as well. And I'll give you a quick little flip through of that. It's got all these cute little stickers for each one of the signs. And it's kind of a similar color palette. And I know that I wasn't planning on doing a kind of like a flip through, but I figured I'd go ahead and share it with you because I love it and I thought you would love it too. This beautiful constellations. Nice foiling. I mean, I love everything about Happy Planner. I've had Happy Planners before in the past, but usually they're a little bit more pricier than what my budget allows sometimes, and so I don't always get to splurge and get me. Oh well, and also I also got this cute little I guess you could call, what kind of, it's the Recollections washi tape collection. I'm not really sure what the name of it is, but it's got all these crystals, moons, stars, washi tapes on it, and it's a slightly different color palette. This one's more blue and teal, but I don't care. I love it anyways. It still matches. It just doesn't go with it goes more with the teal and the blue than it does with the purple, but that's okay because I still crazy about it. But I'm not going to be going in depth into the Happy Planners today, just because one of the great things is that these are the 18-month planners, and so they start in July. They start in July of this year, and they go all the way until December of 2023. So as soon as my bullet journal is filled up, instead of starting a new one, I'm just going to start with these. And the only thing I've done so far in here is put my name inside. So I put Amethyst Moonflower in the business planner. I chose the small classic size for my business planner. And then this big, oh my gosh, I just love this. The big full size one, the big size, as my life / catch all planner. And it has my normal name in there, Kayla Snyder. So, but yeah, the only thing I've done so far in here is last night I kind of stayed up late and did I not do it in here? No, I didn't do it in this one. I did it in the big one because this one was the catch-all. I put the moons on their days and colored them in purple and put the zodiac sign on the new moon and the full moon for each month. Just because I was too excited, and I used a couple of the star stickers for, because they were gold, and I used those for the Sabbats. But that's all I've done in these so far. I didn't want to get too carried away with them with the planning, just because I still got 3 months. But I am going to probably start kind of like prepping it here. But not in this video. I just wanted to share it with you because I love it, and my best friend is the best friend ever. My best friend's better than yours. So I hope you guys love it as much as I do. And I hope you can't wait to see me, because I do want to continue doing plan with me's. But obviously, since I'm not going to be doing the bullet journaling, it'll be a different style of plan alongs, you know. But that's okay. You know, I like different. And speaking of different, well, I guess I can go ahead and show you. Since I didn't do video for the last couple months, I guess I could go ahead and show you what I did. So, if you remember, I don't remember off the top of my head if I did February, but I don't think I shared February with you. But if you remember, this was January. We did this together, you know, kind of flipping through here real quick to remind you that's what it looked like. And then for February, I went with this. Pink flowers, not really like my super favorite thing, but I was trying to go out of my box, and I knew, you know, self-love. I went with self-love theme, and and I kind of journaled a lot in the empty spaces as well. And I kind of was slacking in filling out some of this stuff. As you can see, I didn't fill out any of the habit trackers, and the planning kind of started falling off because life happened. And then March, and I actually didn't even set up March until it was like halfway through the month. I was really behind on actually setting March up. So, but this is what I did for March, and I actually really like it. I kind of decided to go with some like pastel mountains, and I think it looks really pretty. And the quote was, "That girl, she's going to move mountains." And I think it really came out nice. It makes me happy. And then pretty much, like I said, I've made the setup, but I've hardly filled anything out until it gets to like the last 2 weeks, and then I actually started using it, and that's this week. Today. So now with you guys, I'm going to set up April. So, and hopefully getting this done in time, I can get back on track. That's the goal, because I have so much stuff that I have to get planned and I have to get on track with, and so, but I penciled in just kind of like the basic, lines, so that I know what the layout's going to be and where it's going to be. But instead of painting, because not only did I pick out the stickers and the washi tapes and the happy planners, but I also got a couple recollection craft paper books, and I picked them out mainly for, my Book of Shadows and my jewelry backs and stuff like that. And I'm going to be using some of these to make my daughter her first Book of Shadows. She's 13. She can make things herself. I'm not going to put in any of the information, but because I do like to make books and stuff, and she's kind of more into that pastel goth / anime stuff. She said this kind of reminded her a little bit of like a Sailor Moon vibe. She wants me to use some of this paper to make her her book, at least like the cover and the pages and stuff. But for today, instead of painting, I actually want to just kind of go real simple and use a couple sheets to make the cover page here, and then I'm going to go off of this palette, and these are a few markers that I selected that kind of match the colors that are in the paper. And I'm going to swatch some of them, because I'm not going to use every single one of these colors. These are just colors that I felt like would match, and then I'm kind of going to, feel out which ones I like, which ones I want to use the most of. So the first thing that I want to do here, before I get too far ahead of myself, is I'm going to measure, because I don't ever remember sizes or anything like that. So if I do maybe a 5.5, and then what? Probably, yeah, a 5.5 by 7.5 sheet to start with. We'll fill that in and leave a little bit of an edge. So I'm going to use my little handy dandy paper cutter here and cut me out a square. And I want to use this, so does it matter which way it goes? Kind of feel, yeah, that looks right. Okay, so we're gonna go to 5.5. I said, move some of the stuff out of my way. My life has been so hectic, and I need to clean my witchy / craft space so bad. It's a chaos down here. You're lucky that you only get to look down. Because if you could look around right now, oh my, you wouldn't want to. So, what was it? 5.5 by 7.5. And then I'll just set these over here for now to get them out of my way. And yeah, so I'm thinking that, like I said, instead of painting a picture, if I just put a sheet in here like this, then it would kind of fill it in a little bit. But I do want also one that I can use. I wanted to use one of these so that I can write the name of the month. And obviously I only have so much space, so can't use something too big. Maybe I'll use this one because I don't like the lines for this. This would look better as a note card in my Book of Shadows, but I'm thinking that if like I turn it sideways, it'll fit right in that space. So, well, since I don't have scissors, I'm going to just use my little paper cutter here. Best way to get started. But please let me know how you guys have been and what you've been up to. I love hearing from you all. I love knowing what you guys have going on, what you've been crafting, if you've been crafting or anything like that. The funny thing is about planners, I love planners, if you can't tell. But it's kind of more like I'm obsessed with the idea of planners, but the actually using the planner is the hardest part. And if anybody can relate to that, let me know, because I know I can't be the only one that struggles with this. But that's okay. You know, I've been really trying to that one did not cut as close to the line as I wanted, so I'm going to. By the way, my blade on this cutter is dull too. I need a new blade, but it's good enough for now. But I really do need to get a blade. So let's see. See how this looks. I think that'll look right. You know what? I'm going to, yeah, this way looks better to me. I don't know, I like that. That one kind of looks almost more like a sun, and that one, so I would like that one to be facing up. And maybe I could push it up a little bit and then use something. I kind of liked, which one? Oh, here it is. I liked the sun. But if I was going to use the sun, I wouldn't want to use it as square. I'm definitely going to have to get a pair of scissors because I want to fussy cut this out. First of all, I'm going to cut the sparkle off. And while I got my scissors, I'm going to fix this. That looks so much better. And then maybe even kind of one around. I keep telling myself I'm going to get one of those punchers that rounds corners for you, and you just go boop and the corner's round. But then I also keep forgetting about it. Sorry if you saw my head. Okay, yeah, I like the rounded much better. It looks nicer. And then I'm going to fussy cut this out. And if you don't know what fussy cut is, that's just pretty much cutting around the design. And if I don't obsess over this too much, this will be faster than painting. That's my goal. Because even though I already started the bullet journal out with the style of painting, I'm like, you know what? There are no rules. Give yourself some freedom. You got new craft supplies. Use them. Have fun, you know? And that's what I want to do. I want to use something different. I don't feel like painting today. Don't feel like getting everything all messy and just, sometimes painting is a whole thing. Well, it isn't sometimes. Every time it's a whole thing, but this way just kind of was going what I was going for a little bit today. And this color palette's not exactly like my favorite color palette. I'm definitely more, I don't get into pastels as much. I mean, I love pastels. I used pastels last month. I do prefer more, you know, bolder tone. I don't know what you call it. Just a more rich tones. But it is April. It is springtime. So pastels do work for now. That's something that I kind of always struggled with like celebrating certain holidays or Sabbats is during the like Ostara, the one we just celebrated, the spring equinox, I guess you could say. The color palette is very Easter, because where do you think Easter got it from? Haha. But it was kind of hard for me to get into decorating for that for many years, just because I didn't want to like bring all that pastel energy around me. But I'm getting more adjusted to it. I'm trying to open my mind up to it a little bit more. I like that much better anyways. I think that it works. And you know what? Going to just I'm going to round the corners on this too, just because I kind of feel like it needs it. Because I'm a weirdo. Just a little bit. And now, I wish I would remember to get some double-sided tape so that I wouldn't have to glue everything with my Mod Podge, but my brain always goes, you need something, and then I forget. Because I always remember stuff in the most random times. It's always when I need it and I'm in the middle of doing something when I remember that I need something. But not when, I'm at the store and buying stuff. I guess that's why I should I'm not bad at making the lists. I'm bad at keeping the lists around me so that I can use them. And then use the dots to make it straight. Because, see, it's not like I couldn't have painted something similar to this, but it would have took me forever to paint something that looks like this. So, paper is my friend today. And I'm going to put some glue on my little tag here. But one of the reasons why I really need to get better at managing my time is not just because, I make promises to myself. And, it's one thing to let myself down, but lately I have my husband really needs me to help him, because he has went off on his own and started his own construction business, and, he's working for himself now, which I'm super happy for him. And I wouldn't want it any other way. It's just now we really have to, and I don't want to get this on my table, but I also want to get it on the edges. I need a piece of scrap paper. So in order to help him and be there for him, I need to step up my game. And, be better. And not just my husband either, like my daughter. Life is getting to that point where it's like, Kayla, you can't, forget everything all the time anymore. You gotta do the thing. There. That's good enough. And I am going to have to wash this brush out. But I'm going to do that later. It should be fine. As long as I remember to do it and don't forget about it, it should be fine. Excuse me. And I also have this other sheet, which I'm just thinking to myself, like, how do I want it? I almost want to just put sun, moon, moon. Which I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have to cut it right about there. And then, of course, we're going to have to round. Because I already started doing it, so now I have to stay consistent. There, something like that. But I'll glue that on after I'm done with my lines. And so now, let's see. I'm going to use, this is my Pilot Precision 5 RT, one of my favorite pens. Love this pen. I guess I should probably write what colors. I got all these colors. Kind of like this color. Or do I want to go with the green and make the green pop? Well, I think I'm going to go with green just because I already did pink for February, and I think it would look too much pink. I want to do some green. At least for right here in this spot. And one of the things that I always do for some reason, because I'm a weirdo, is April. All right. Then I'm going to go. Oh, well, my husband is home. You'll probably hear him stomping around. He's probably going to open up the basement door and yell at me. Hey, what are you doing? Watch. I'm downstairs making a video. I would be playing some music, but YouTube doesn't like it when I play music. YouTube always demonetizes me every time I listen to music, so I can't be listening to music apparently while I'm working. I kind of want to put a little bit of a border around this. I know I'm trying to avoid the pink, but there we go. That looks a little bit better. What do you think? I like it. Simple, fast, and easy. Sometimes that's the best way to be. And so now, and like before, when I've done this, I've mentioned that, you know, I only have a limited amount of time, and this pen writes too thin. I'm going to need to use, this pen is better for outlines because it's thicker. It's bolder. Ooh. But yeah, like I was trying to say before I lost my train of thought and got distracted, because I only have a limited amount of time to be with you guys today, I doubt that I'm going to be able to get through this whole thing with you. So, as always, I will do as much as I can, and then if I don't get it complete, then you'll just see it next time. Before I get started, I'll do a little flip through update. And this type of pen is definitely not my favorite type of pen for this kind of work because it's a gel pen. Well, it says rollerball pen, but it feels more like a gel pen as I use it. And it tends to be a little bit smearier. But it's a 7mm ink. So the lines are a bit bolder than the 5. Which the 5 is great for writing, but sometimes you just need a good solid outline. And then this pen is almost dead. How come all my good pens are almost dead? And this one, this would be the full moon, wouldn't it? Oh no, that's a new moon. Alright, so this is the new moon in Aries stuff. I should know, but I still get confused sometimes. You can hear my kitties up there meowing for attention. Mom! Mom, where are you? Don't worry, I fed them before I even came down here. They have food. They just always want attention. And I'll tell you what, if I wouldn't have shut that basement door, they would be all over the desk right now and sticking their face in everything. And then you see nothing but cat butt. But I am really proud of my husband for finally taking the leap. you know, for finally deciding that he was going to be his own boss and work for himself, be a businessman. So proud of him. But you know, it is a lot of work being your own boss, you know. He's constantly having to make sure that he has work and everything like that. Sound like my husband got a quote call. I'm trying to decide what kind of colors. I mean, like, do I want to do all green? Or I might just spread it out and just do like a few of each one. Just so kind of get the palette. And you know what? I am going to miss this bullet journaling, even though it is more time consuming. I always enjoyed doing it, but I wasn't going to turn down happy planners, especially when I wasn't even the one buying them. They were gifts. You know, what are you going to say? No? Crazy talk. So, but I must say that there are downfalls, obviously, that come with bullet journaling that you don't get with happy planners or any other type of like regular bought planner, is that you don't have to do this. It's already, well, I mean, the moon stuff you almost always have to add. It's kind of almost rare anymore that you get the moons in the calendar. You used to, some of them still do, but it's not as common to get, you know, at least the new moon and the full moon already printed on the calendar page. Most of them don't have it, and you have to draw them in yourself, which I don't mind doing. But if you want like a full moon calendar like this one, you have to almost always do it yourself. Now, I do know they do have planners that are more like moon style planners. They're called like witches calendars or cosmic calendars. You know, they all have kind of like different names. But I don't know. They don't function the way that I want them to function. They have cool things inside of them and they look really pretty, which I love. And if you're really into astrology, they're great. But when it comes to like functionality and using them every day as like a planner, they don't really have what I need in that sense. That's why I don't buy them, because it to me is just a waste of money. And sometimes doing it yourself it's relaxing, it's nice. So these are the colors that I have right now that I selected that kind of go with this color palette. This one, is this black or is this dark green? I'm going to have to swatch this one real quick because I don't remember what color it is. Okay, so it is black. I thought I grabbed a really dark one. Did I lose it? Because I knew I wanted a really dark one. I don't know what happened to it, but I'm going to. The reason why I can't use black, that'll work, is because my black is dead for the most part. It'll work for like 2 seconds and then it's dry. So I'm going to end up using a super dark gray instead of black on the moons and wherever I need black, just because that's how it's going to work. Okay. So, but besides that color for the moon, I'm thinking, well, I really like if I went really neutral, almost, with the greens. I don't really care for mustard colors. But then I almost think that that would be a good option to go with, because I kind of feel like it brings out the yellow without being yellow. And then I can use this gray or this really light pink as a drop shadow. Well, I don't want to use that for the drop shadow. I want to use a light gray for the drop shadow. And then I'll just use pink as an accent if I need an accent color. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I think that's where I'm going with this. So this is that's my drop shadow color, and then these are going to be my I guess you can call them header colors. My main 4. And then this one. Yeah, I like that. I already liking this. It's different from my other ones, but it feels more springy. Excuse me. My voice is a little And if I keep using the same colors over and over again, then those are going to be dried up, and then these ones are going to be all that I have left. So I got to tell myself to try new things so that because I got all these colors. Yeah, that looks nice. And then there's my drop shadow. There. The drop shadow's in. And then I know I want to do the lighter color first, and I think I am going to do a pink moon. But the question is, what shade of pink? Would that be too dark? I think this one's too dark. I think I'm going to use this one because I feel like it kind of goes with these tones a little bit better. And I'm going to do the lighter color first, because if I do the darker color next, if I do the darker color first, it's going to smear, obviously. So we're going to do the lighter color first. Yeah, I think this color is pretty. I don't know how that is showing up on the camera, but in person it's looking kind of nice. Like I said, not my normal palette, but I think it suits the season, and so I'm going with it. And I do have to keep track of time. I'm pretty sure it's almost 5 o'clock. Got a little bit longer. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to get very far with you guys today, because I do know that my husband was telling me that he invited someone over at 5 to talk about business stuff. And as soon as he gets here, it's probably going to get real noisy. And I don't want to have a bunch of people stomping around and talking real loud while I'm trying to film a video, and I can't mask any of the noises. Oh, went on the wrong side there. It's okay. Cover it up with the dark color, right? Can't mask any of the noises up with music, unless I be demonetized. How dare you? Oh, and speaking of which, in case you haven't noticed, this is the full moon. It's in Libra. And we have a new moon and a new moon. So, what do they call that? The black moon? You know? There's another term for the second new moon, and some people call it a black moon, but there's another word for it that's kind of weird and hard for me to pronounce, like Sidheed or something like that. But it's like an old Irish Gaelic word, and I'm not really sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly. I know how it's spelled, but it's supposed to be the type of moon where, like, fairies and stuff. It's got a lot of lore around it when it comes to the fae. And so I'm really excited about that, because I was actually planning on doing a special little thingy with the fae on the second new moon in April. Especially since the new moon is the day before Beltane, and Beltane is a really thin veil night, or day I should say, where the fae like to come out and play. And so I shall frolic and play the fae. I don't know a lot. Like, I'm not an expert that's been studying the fae my entire life and works with the fae every day. But I do know some about the Fae, and I have worked with them a little bit, but not a ton. Just because I do know that they are kind of a mischievous bunch. I do prefer brownies over some types, I guess you could say. Some spirit types. Brownies are just, to me, they have a more grounded, earthy vibe to them. They're not as trickstery. Because to me, you know, I just look at the Fae as nature spirits. That's what they are. And nature can be kind of chaotic sometimes. But if you treat them, you know, with respect, they won't bother you. You know, they'll actually help your garden and keep your house up a little bit, which I have had that happen, but I've also had them cause some chaos in my house before too. You always can tell when the chaos fairy comes. All right. And then, no, not the 5. That one's too thin. So what was it? Aries and then Taurus. There. And then I'm take my pen here and write in my days. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, 11, 12, 13, 14. 30. All right. And now I'm going to glue this on. There. And I still kind of feel like it's missing something though. Kind of feel like, it's missing some stuff around the edge. Where's my sticker books? Or, you know what? what if... kind of thinking, what if I fussy cut a couple of these out? Would that be too much? I don't know. I mean, I kind of like the design. Here, I'm going to go ahead and do it anyways. Trying to stay in frame here. Now, obviously, I'd have to cut some of that out, but I want one more, one for the opposite side. And I think I'm going to do this one. Trying to stay in camera, sorry. We're almost there. All right. But if I'm going to do this, I'm going to have to cut out some of it in order to fit it. So, I guess the best way to do this would be to take a pen and mark here and here. And I'm going to use my ruler to line up with this, and then draw a line, and then do the same thing over here. Oh, gotta keep it in place, and then draw a line, and then what I'll have to do is cut like that, and then, oh, that's gonna look nice, just like that. And then I'll have to do the same thing to this one, but I didn't want to cut out a ton of it. And then we'll cut out this little notch right here. Sounds like my husband's making himself a snack. Alright, well, I cut out this little notch. Hopefully it came out right. I don't want to rip. Yeah, and then I'm going to have to take out a small little section right here for that corner. Like that. And then I can lay it right there. And then this one will go right there. Ah, that's going to look nice, actually. Now I just got to get some glue on here. Ah. Got glue on my page, but it'll be all right. And then some glue on this one. There. What do you guys think? Like, let me know if you like that. I think it looks pretty. It looks like the calendar is on top of the flowers, which I like that. That's really pretty. So, there's that. My cover page is done. Got my sun. And then this is the main spread here. What time is it? Okay. It's already been an hour. I'm getting really close to time here, guys. So I'm just going to do a little bit more. And then I'm going to have to let you go for the rest of the day. Or at least for this time. And yeah. So. Let's see if I can keep my lines straight. Am I staying in view for you guys? Sorry, I gotta turn my bullet journal when I do lines like this in order to get the best results so that my lines aren't all wavy. In order to get the better lines I pulled down. Oh, and as I said that, I literally just went all, my pen went all crazy. I'm go jinxing myself now. But as I was saying, I get better lines when I pull the pen down. But I do carry whiteout. I'm going to fix this because I wouldn't be able, I'm not going to be able to. Come on. Oh my goodness. I wouldn't have been able to deal with that line. That line was too much. All right. Trying to make sure that everything's center here. Oh my goodness. You see what just happened there? The pen that went over the whiteout just smeared. Oh, that's why I don't like this pen. I wish I could find a better thick pen that wasn't so gel. It's almost like it's harder to find thicker line pens anymore. Everybody wants those really small pens, so now everything's a 5 or a 3, you know, like that's just how it is. Which I love a good fine pen, but sometimes you want a bold line. Okay, there's that. And then the colors that I did. Were like this. Yeah, I'm really sorry about all the noise, but there's really nothing I can do about it because I'm in the basement. Yeah. And honestly, I don't know if you guys can even hear it like I can. I can hear it really. It's loud to me. But sometimes you can hear stuff and the camera doesn't pick it up and then the camera doesn't hear it. But then there are times when the camera picks stuff up and you don't hear it. It's crazy. Oh. Okay, and then, oh, drop shadow. Sorry if I'm going off So you guys can't, I'm trying to make it so that you can see what I'm doing. I'm sorry. All right. Here's that. And then I'll write in the days of the week. Oh, this Thursday. Friday. Sunday. One. Ten, 18. All right. Okay, so dated. And now what I can do is write in the month. I know I always write the month above, but I know I got the page here, but I got to put it on here too. Otherwise it just looks empty. And then I guess we'll go back to, we'll do the pink here. Okay, and then we'll do this. Monthly. And then we'll do there. April 2022 monthly overview. Alright, and I'm trying to decide, I kind of feel like, because this is blank over here, that it needs something, or something here. I like how we did this, so maybe I'll do something similar, but I like this strip. I kind of feel like it would look perfect in this slot right here. Yeah. I kind of feel like that, or the darker one, because the darker one goes better with this than using the lighter colored one. We can use the darker colored one. So I think I'm going to cut this one out. Alright, and then we'll just kind of eyeball it a little bit and be like, oh, you know what, it looks like it's about there. The only thing is I kind of feel like it's a hair too wide. So I'm going to go ahead and just take off like a sliver. That's better. I don't know if I want to use the other strip over there or not. I kind of feel like I want to do the glue flower piece in there if I can. Yeah, some double-sided sticky tape would probably come in handy a lot right about now. But sometimes you just have to be resourceful and just use what you have. I do prefer. Oop. There you go. Got some glue on my book, so wipe that off. Alright. Now, you know what? I almost think Now, the flowers along that edge. The only thing is that this patch right here, I don't like it. I feel like it's going to need something right there. But I do like that. Maybe one of these butterflies. Well, I already started cutting from this end, so I guess. Oh, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to whack you there. Alright, try and put that back. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fussy cut all the way up to the line. Alright. Okay. Like that. And then I'm going to cut out this butterfly here. It's almost too big for the spot, but I think it might just overlap a little bit. It'll be okay. There. I think I'm going to do that. I think that'll fill in the space and it'll look nice. And then I'll probably be done for today, at least for now, anyway. And yeah. I wouldn't mind being able to spend more time with you guys, but I just have other things that have to get done, and someone is going to be coming over to the house, like I said. I don't want a bunch of ruckus in my video. And I think I just heard a knock at the door, honestly. So, yeah. There we go. All right. So, there's my monthly overview spread, and then there is our front cover spread with the moon calendar. Now, let me know what you guys think, if it's nice compared to instead of doing the painting, instead today we did some cutting and some gluing. All right. So, yeah, and let me know what you think of the color palette. I know it's a little different than what I was doing, but I kind of like it. I think it suits it. So, let me know what you think, and I will. Sorry, I couldn't see any of your comments during the live because the way my camera is facing. So I'll just be answering everything later on after the video's been uploaded and everything. I'll just read the comments and I'll answer you back. So thank you all for hanging out with me, and happy crafting, happy magical moon day. And I'll see you guys here real soon, probably for the new moon. All right? So, love you guys. Bye.